Good evening and a hearty welcome to today's market analysis video. So in this video, we will try to decode the performance of global markets, okay, and charts and patterns, how they have performed and what are the cues that they're giving for tomorrow's market. And we'll also do the options analysis. We will also do open interest analysis, all right. And towards the end of the video, we will also do some cryptocurrency related analysis. And why are we doing all this analysis is to predict the market direction, whether the market will go upwards or the market will go downwards in tomorrow's trading session. Tomorrow means, okay, 8th of June. We're trying to predict the movement of market. And why are we doing this? Is this will help anybody who is interested in trading the derivative market. Derivative market means either futures or options, index futures, index options. Whoever is trading, this particular educational video will be very useful for you. So without any further delay, let's begin with the global markets now. Okay, so in global markets, we will first try and decode the stock futures data. All right, so in front of you, I have presented the stock futures data. Okay, in the stock futures data, we are more interested in looking at the US stock futures. Okay, so how the US is performing, we will look at, and we will also look at various other markets, as the Asian and European markets, but 75% importance will give to the US market. So at this point in time, you can very well observe that the US market is very bearish. Okay, and if US market is bearish, then the European markets will also be bearish. All right, this is Germany, this is London, this is France, it's all bearish. Okay, Asian markets are mixed to bearish only. Okay, Hong Kong is bearish, and Australia is bearish, and Korea is bearish. Of course, there are Singapore and China that are flat to slightly mildly bullish. That is because the Chinese lockdown has been lifted, and there are some very small positive news that is coming from domestic markets of China. Okay, but otherwise, all the global markets are at this point in time, they are bearish. So what I will do here is to go back to my Excel, and I will be marking the red color here. What I want to do here is to project a sentiment. Okay, how the futures are performing, how the commodities are. So with regards to the sentiment that we can able to establish, the correlation between all this with regards to Nifty and Bank Nifty. That is what we're trying to establish. So next one is the commodities data. Let me pick up the commodities data from the investing app for all of you. Okay, so here is the commodities data. Okay, and within commodities data, we will give a lot of importance to gold and silver. Okay, and we'll give a lot of importance to the crude oil. Okay, and various other metals we will also check, but we'll give lesser importance to all that other metals. Okay, and gold is going higher, okay, by a significant magnitude, no doubt. Silver is also high. All right, and crude oil, as we always discuss, is above 100 itself is very bad. Okay, but currently it is at 120. Okay, so here itself I can conclude that commodities are going up, which means it is a negative correlation with the stock, because commodities and stocks, they share a inverse relationship. Okay, there are other metals such as platinum, palladium, aluminum, and zinc and lead have fallen. Okay, but less importance will give to the other metals. Okay, other metals falling is a bullish momentum to the stock market, but because, like I said, we give a lot of importance to gold, silver, as well as the crude oil. Okay, and other metals we will give probably 10 to 15% kind of a weightage in deciding the correlation. So that being the case, commodities are also in the negative territory. Okay, as we speak. And the next aspect is the currencies data. Let me pull out the currencies data for you. So this is the currency data. Within the currencies, we will mainly be looking at the USD INR pair, okay, and we will also be looking at the dollar index. Okay, so what is happening with USD INR is Indian rupee is weakening. Okay, if Indian rupee is weakening, then it is a negative correlation with the stock, because they share a direct correlation. It's a negative sentiment for the stock market. Okay, and dollar index is going up. If dollar is going up, is also another double whammy, because rupee is weakening, dollar is going up. All in all, it's a negative sentiment. Okay, because we are a net importer. If dollar is rising, okay, and rupee is weakening, it is bad for our country. All right. The next aspect is the bond yields that we want to look at. So this is the bond yield data that I have presented on your screen. Okay, so the 10-year treasury yield of Indian market is showing a slight upward movement, which is bad, because they share a inverse relationship. If the return in treasuries is high, then people will pull out money from this. Not people, I mean to say institutional investors will pull out money from the stock market. They would like to invest in the treasury bills. Okay, so that being the case, if treasury bills is giving you a higher rate of interest, it is a negative correlation with the stock markets. Okay, we will also look at the US 10-year treasury yield, and US 10-year treasury yield is falling down. Okay, Indian treasury yield has gone up, and US treasury yield is falling down. So if US treasury yield falls down so significantly, then it is good for the US stock market. In return, it is good for the Indian stock market. Okay, so if we assume that India and US are cancelling out each other, okay, we will look at various other bond yields also for European markets and various other markets. The bond yields are significantly falling down, okay, which is a significant positive relationship to the stock market. Okay, because a lot of money will come out of the bonds and it will enter into the stock market. So for tomorrow's trading session, okay, bond yields is giving what kind of a relationship? It is giving a positive kind of a relationship. Okay, the next is cash segment. Let me look at what happened in the cash market. Cash market means how many crores rupees worth of shares have been bought and sold by the institutional investors. So please focus on your screen. Foreign institutional investors, they have sold, okay, 2,200 crore worth of shares. Domestic institutional investors, on the other hand, they bought, okay, 1,300 crores worth of shares. So net to net, there is a, okay, 1100, sorry, not 1100, approximately I can see 2300, 3000. So approximately 900 crore worth of outflow was seen, which is very bad, because if institutions are pulling away the money from the share market, it's definitely bad. Okay, if tomorrow, if they expect that the stock market will go up, why will they pull out money today? Okay, so that being the case, cash segment is a negative. And news flow, what is happening with the news flow? Okay, inflation fears, recession fears, interest rate hike fears, okay, and COVID cases rising in US, COVID cases rising in India, okay, all that is pointing out to a negative news. Also tomorrow, we have RBI's announcement, okay, on the interest rates, and RBI's governor already declared that he's going to hike the rates, which is directly a negative factor for the Indian stock markets, okay. So news flow also is negative. Now let's look at what is happening with the charts and patterns, okay, and to observe the charts and patterns, I have with me the data from Zerodha. All right, so please focus on your screen. Whatever I'm showing you in this block, okay, this is today's trading session, okay, because this is Nifty 1 hour future I have presented on your screen, and we will give a lot of importance to today's trading session, and we will also try to look at the trading session of the previous days, okay. So when that is the analysis point for us, at the very beginning, during the market open itself, okay, such a huge, candlestick got formed, okay, which is definitely negative. And after that also, okay, whatever candles have traded, okay, they have traded below the VWAP line. Below what line? VWAP line. Okay, so this is VWAP line, and below the VWAP line, candlesticks have been trading for a very significant point of time, and one candle has traded above the VWAP line, but the wick of the particular candle is still touching the VWAP, which means decisively it is not something that is bullish. Okay, so candlesticks wise, the data is not looking any good, and super trend is also negative from yesterday. Okay, the super trend is negative. Okay, candlesticks are negative. All right, super trend is negative, and candlesticks trading below VWAP line is negative, and moving average convergence divergence, okay, the crossover took place towards the negative side. So this is also negative. There is no positive crossover that took place, which means it is definitely negative. And stochastic oscillators are showing a level of 17, which means it is hugely oversold. Okay, so whenever stochastic oscillators go below 20, okay, there can be a trend reversal that can be expected, although this is not sure by any means. Okay, this will just warn you that if you take aggressive bearish positions, anytime the market can reverse. Okay, that is the indication that stochastics is giving you, being at 17, but otherwise this is also negative only. All right, and RSI, relative strength index, is at 40. It is also negative. Okay, neutral to negative, I must say, because there is no strength. Okay, money flow is also at 32, which is negative. Okay, money has flown out of the security, although today the 32 has been maintained, but if you are seeing the trend from the last 3 days, it is a falling trend. Okay, so money flow also is negative. And open interest, okay, there is a huge addition of open interest. This is very surprising. We have to go ahead and find out where the open interest got added. Open interest in itself is not any indicator for any positive or negative, but we will see what happened to the open interest. Okay, so where the contracts got added, okay, and all we will observe going forward. But in the Nifty June futures, the contracts have been added. So during the open interest analysis, which is the last part of today's session, okay, who has added the futures contracts, we will see. All right, so all in all, this is giving me a very, very negative sentiment, the charts and patterns for the Nifty. Okay, let me also decode the Bank Nifty chart analysis. So please focus on your screen. As told earlier, this is today's, and the balance is from previous sessions. Okay, for today's session, we will give a lot of importance. We will also give a glance to various previous trading patterns. Okay, so that being the case, 3 black crows has occurred during the starting itself, which is very bearish, and all the while I can see red candles only, and red candles with huge volume. Okay, the fatness of that particular candle indicates the volume. All right, so all the candlesticks that you're able to see are trading well below the VWAP line. Only the last, okay, very towards the end, it is not buying, but somehow last half an hour there was a small short covering rally that was seen, okay, in today's market. So we will ignore that particular part. Okay, so candlesticks is negative. All right, and candlesticks trading below VWAP line is negative. This is VWAP line. All right, and super trend is also negative. This blue color line, whatever you're seeing here, is the super trend line, which is negative. Okay, MACD negative crossover took place 2 days ago, and the same trend has been continuing, and there is no positive momentum, so it is negative. Stochastic oscillators are at 13, which means they are pretty oversold. Okay, and whenever stochastics go below 20, you can see a little pullback or reversal. You have to be careful and not go short with kind of very highly aggressive kind of mindset. Okay, and relative strength index is at 37, which is bad. Okay, which is also negative. And money flow. Okay, money flow, I think money has flown into the security. What is the security we're looking at? We're looking Bank Nifty June futures. So money has flown into the security. Okay, open interest is steady, which means whatever happened during the opening, during the close also it is safe. But somehow open interest spiked up, during the mid portion of the day. I think at 12 it was highest. Okay, but again it has fallen down. Okay, open interest means the number of open outstanding contracts that are existing in the Bank Nifty. So nothing to worry about the open interest within the Bank Nifty space. But Nifty we will go ahead and try and decode. Okay, so this is the analysis with regards to Bank Nifty. All the while it has been giving a very, very negative trend. Okay, next let's look at the option chain analysis. This is something very interesting, option chain analysis. Okay, so in front of you I have presented the Nifty option chain. All right, so within the Nifty option chain, 16,400 is in the money. All right, and at in the money level, 64,000 and 58,000, which means the put writers are successful in terms of conquering the in the money. All right, let us go slightly deeper into the money and try to analyze, okay, what sort of support the put writers are giving. 60,000, 53,000, 49,000 kind of a support. Okay, and when you look at the call writer data, okay, call writer data is huge. It is 1 lakh, almost double. Okay, 1 lakh 1,000, 1 lakh 20,000. Okay, double to whatever you're seeing in the put writing. Double, ekdam double. Okay, here also 1 lakh 23. So all in all, okay, open interest addition, whatever we were discussing about in the previous slide. Okay, of course that is futures data. We will look at it in the open interest in the futures. Who added that open interest of calls? But however, call writing hugely took place. Okay, and I believe that call writing would have happened from the institutions. We'll go ahead and decode that particular data going forward. So call writing took place and put unwinding took place. Okay, all in all, it is a very, very negative sentiment because of the double volume of call writers in comparison to the put writers. Also, at various levels, put unwinding took place, which signifies that people are losing confidence and nobody is willing to give support to the Nifty. Okay, so because the call writers dominance is very high, I will be putting to the options analysis of Nifty a red color, which means it is bearish. Okay, then what we will do is we will go to the Bank Nifty. Okay, so Bank Nifty for 9th of June is what we are trying to look at, and we will go to the in the money level to understand what is the scenario with regards to the call writers and put writers. So Bank Nifty is at 35,000 level. Okay, and look at this, the put writers have successfully conquered the call writers, but not with a huge margin. Almost it is equal. Okay, then let us observe slightly in the money, 25,000, 20,000, 73,000, okay, 16,000 kind of contracts. In the same way, let us understand the put writers. Okay, 32, 32, 22, and 73, 38, 40. All in all, definitely I'm able to observe that the call writing is more in number. Okay, and put unwinding took place at various level. What took place? Put unwinding took place. Okay, so when this much of a put unwinding took place and call writing took place in the Bank Nifty also, definitely the Bank Nifty also is a bearish momentum for us. Okay, so let's also do the open interest analysis. This is another very, very interesting chapter. Okay, open interest analysis is in front of you. Okay, so within the open interest, it is clearly observed that the clients means the retail investors. I don't know why all of a sudden today, without any reason, okay, clients have gone so bullish. Clients means the retail investors. Whatever retail investors do, market will behave in the opposite direction in the next day. Okay, so retail investors have gone bullish, foreign institutional investors have gone bearish. Okay, and going forward, proprietary traders have gone very, very bearish. Okay, pro trading desks or proprietary traders, they have gone bearish. DII will not give so much of a lens because usually domestic institutional investors, they come to this market for hedging purposes only, not to actively trade. Okay, so what we'll be interested in looking at, everybody has to understand. Okay, we will be interested in looking at the net positions. Okay, whatever net positions that you're able to see here, who built what kind of a net positions we are able to see here. Okay, retail investors, they have become very, very bullish. Okay, and institutional investors such as DIIs, FIIs have turned very bearish. Okay, pro trading desks have kept their futures positions light. Okay, so if retailers have grown their positions and FIIs have grown their short positions, then it definitely means that it is negative sentiment with regards to the futures. Okay, so in futures, I hope you all have observed that the open interest has grown. Okay, when I was analyzing the Zerodha data. Okay, so clearly the futures contracts, okay, clients have purchased. Okay, foreign institutional investors have sold. So that is a conclusion. And next is the index calls data. Okay, once again, retail investors are going into slightly into the danger territory, 2 lakh rupees, 2 lakh contracts, and retail investors has increased the calls, and foreign institutional investors, on the other hand, they have decreased the calls. Okay, and proprietary trading desks are going very, very aggressively in terms of shorting the market. Okay, if you have seen all the call rating that took place in my previous slide, looks like the proprietary trading desks have written all those call contracts. Okay, so proprietary also is institutions. So institutions are negative, retail investors are positive. It gives you a negative sentiment only. Okay, and the clients, what they have done with regards to options is they have increased the put writing positions, which is very, very bad. Now they're slowly inching towards the 3 lakhs level, which is once again a danger level. Okay, so clients, which is the retail investors, they have increased the put writing. Okay, and on the other hand, foreign institutional investors have increased the puts. Okay, and proprietary trading desks also have increased their puts. Okay, so all in all, this is also negative. Okay, such a negative day. In the recent times, I have not seen such a negative trade build-up, whatever has happened. Okay, so open interest analysis also is pointing to a extremely negative point. Okay, so now looking at all this, decoding this whole data, okay, what I can say here is the markets are definitely bearish. So if the global markets are bad or bearish, okay, you have to observe this after 9:15 in the morning. Okay, tomorrow after 9:15 a.m., if the global markets are bearish, global markets means the US 30, which is the Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Okay, if US 30, which is Dow Jones and Nasdaq, if they're giving you a tinge of negative flavor, okay, then what you have to do is next you have to observe the European markets. If European markets, usually when US is negative, European also will give negative. You need not check the European and Asian markets so keenly, okay, but it will be a bumper offer for you if all the markets are showing you a bearish signal. Okay, so sir, what if the global markets are not bearish? What if it is bullish? Okay, then we will not do any trading in tomorrow's market. Okay, because it will go against our analysis. Only if the global markets, every day you should not trade. There is no rule that intraday trading has to be done every day. Okay, when the signals are, when your trading setup matches the existing sentiment, only then you have to take the trades. Okay, so that being the case, if global markets are negative, okay, one can consider selling the futures. Okay, sell the futures is the decision, okay, that has to be taken. All right, and options, when options you have to purchase, so put options have to be purchased. Okay, just a second, let me write it once again. Put options have to be purchased. Okay, and within put options, what kind of put options? So when you're looking at Nifty level, the Nifty is currently at 16,416 level, isn't it? So if Nifty is at 16,400 level, then deep in the money, I always recommend the options that are deep in the money. 16,000, okay, 700, sorry, 16,700, okay, 16,800, all right, 16,900 and 17,000. Okay, these puts can be considered to be purchased. Okay, although I'm not a fan of purchasing, I'm a fan of selling the options to eat the premium, but somehow as retail investors, we always want to purchase the options. That is why I'm giving you an analysis for the put options being purchased. Okay, but deep in the money, you have to purchase. If you go closer out of the money or at the money, the problem is the premium can be wiped out within one single day. Okay, if the market goes against your bet. Okay, if you go deep in the money, at least some amount of money you can save. Okay, you can take the stop loss and you can exit in case of any losses, or if the market movement is against the trend that you have predicted. Okay, so you have to go deep in the money and purchase these options within the Nifty space, and within the Bank Nifty space, because the Bank Nifty is at 34,900. Okay, so deep in the money put option for Bank Nifty will become 35,200. Okay, 35,300, 35,400, 35,500. One can consider purchasing these put options within the Bank Nifty space. Sir, at what time? Okay, one can purchase these put options for a 100-point movement with a 50-point stop loss. Today, this has become a very normal criteria. Every day the market is moving 100 to 150 points. So tomorrow is not going to be anything different. So you can project 100 points with a 50-point stop loss. And coming to your question on at what time, okay, I am a fan of 9:50. At 9:15 itself, I will take the trade. Okay, but sometimes not with total money, maybe with half the amount, you can go short at 9:15 if you observe that the US market and other Asian markets are down. Okay, but sir, I want to observe the market for 1 hour. No problem, you observe it from 9:15 to 10:15 or 10:30. Okay, and in contrary to what is the global market, if you believe that if you're observing that the Indian stock market is going up, okay, then it is a bumper offer for you, unless there is some kind of a positive comment from the Indian Reserve Bank governor, which I don't think will be the case. Okay, whatever he's going to speak is already expected, it is already discounted in the market. Surprisingly, if he says something positive, then all this analysis will go bust. Okay, but if there is nothing of that sort, and if Indian market is showing you a bullish momentum, okay, then immediately one can go short, okay, after observing the market for 1 hour, because it's a bumper offer for you. Instead of 100 points, you might get 150 or 200 points also sometimes if you catch hold of a right level. Okay, so this is with regards to Nifty and Bank Nifty. We will also do a very quick cryptocurrency analysis. Within the cryptocurrency, I'm doing analysis for the Bitcoin. Okay, if you're liking these videos, then what I will do is I will separate the Bitcoin from stock market analysis in the coming days. Okay, so please observe the chart that I have pasted for the Bitcoin here. And what is happening with the Bitcoin chart, everybody has to understand, is market is trading within a range. Okay, from along, this is 1 hour chart. So I don't know, maybe 10 hours, from last 10 hours, the market is trading in a range. Okay, no such bullish candles, no such bearish candles, nothing of that sort. But market is trading below the VWAP line. This blue color line, whatever you're seeing, it is VWAP line. If it is trading below, okay, unless there is some 1 or 2 candles that go above the VWAP, you need not go bullish within the Bitcoin space. Okay, and after the Bollinger Band squeeze has occurred, there is a consolidation, which means the market can take any direction going forward. It can go significantly high or it can be significantly low also. Okay, so you have to be prepared for such a potential momentum. Okay, so there is a engulfing that took place in MACD, which signifies a positive momentum. Okay, and RSI is at 42, which is at neutral. Okay, and money flow is increasing, and money flow is at 45 between 50. It is at 50 money flow. Okay, which is neutral. So this is neutral, this is neutral, this is bullish. Okay, and everything else is also neutral to bearish within the charts and patterns. So what is a call that you have to take is if the candlesticks are going above the VWAP line, okay, then you can go bullish, because that will be supported with regards to MACD. Automatically the RSI will also go up, money flow will also show a positive, I believe so. Okay, so wait for the candlesticks to break out the volume weighted average price, which is the VWAP line that you're able to see here. All right, so this is the analysis for our Bitcoin. Okay, it is as of now, whatever I have observed is neutral to bearish only, but there is a potential that the trend reversal could happen. Okay, because MACD crossover is taking place, and also the candlesticks are potentially moving to trade above the VWAP line. So if that happens, then one can go bullish. Otherwise, currently it is a bearish signal. And Nasdaq also, I showed you during the beginning session of this, during the beginning part of the session, Nasdaq is also bearish. So you have to search for negative trade only. Okay, with you have to bear it in your mind that the trend can reverse within the Bitcoin anytime the candlesticks will start trading above the VWAP line. Then you have to take the stop loss and you can exit from the Bitcoin. Otherwise, it is a shorting candidate only. At this particular level, you can short it and you can wait. If trend reversal happens, then you have to take stop loss. Otherwise, currently it is a negative territory only. You have to find negative trades only. Okay, so thanks a lot for attending today's YouTube session and market analysis video. I hope you like this video, and the disclaimer is that we're not trying to give any buy and sell calls. All this is from a purely analysis kind of a standpoint. Okay, we are stock market analysts, and we are an online education company. Our main agenda is to give you investor awareness, investor education, and not to give you any buy sell kind of calls. All right, thanks a lot for attending today's video. See you all tomorrow.